Okay, we are live now, right? Are we live now? Are we not live now? Everybody who ever went live knows how that feels? Yes, we are live. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so technical hurdle overcome. Did overcome it. In case you have questions along with this live stream, which lasts about half an hour, you can drop them in the chat. I keep an eye on that. So, guys, let's dive in. What's new on Quail OS? The software for poultry and game bird farmers. The name Quail OS gives it away. It was designed for quail, but you can use it for chicken, turkey, any kind of bird, really. And actually, any farm can use that as well, or any business for shipping out their orders. But let's dive in. Latest updates. In case people don't want to watch TV, we have now farm times here as well. It's available in your menu when you signed in as farm, but also on the public pages. What it does, when you signed in, you see a local weather forecast. Yes, it's windy here in Jersey. We haven't seen the worst of the storm yet, it looks like. But more exciting, every store which is connected to Quail OS for shipping, they can opt in to show their blog posts here on the website. So, for example, here we see a couple of samples from Seal's Family Farm, Buddy's Hatchery, Silver Creek Farms, which got a new website here and is announcing that on our bulletin here, the community bulletin. You see some of my website here, quails.com. And for example, here, Goodyear's Family Farm as well. That's a good read. So you get a little teaser here. When you read more, it leads directly to the website. So support the other farms. Check out what they're writing about. It's a lot of work to keep websites maintained. And therefore, we figured out, since our community already connect their farms, stores to our system for their order processing, we might as well have a community bullet board, the farm times here, so people can find them and see what's new. Well, let's dive in. Speaking of new, what's new in regards to the farm management, and a feature I'm really proud of. It was a sleepless night to code that. But I needed a solution for it, because if you ship out a lot of orders and you want to be compliant with NPIP, the National Poultry Improvement Plan, so you need to report the sale of hatching eggs or live birds. I wanted to find an easy way to do so, and to do that simple, since we already have the order information here with all the details, most people still copy paste things into NPIP, into the portal there. So now I show you how easy it is to submit it over with one click. So that's it. I can do that on multiple orders here as well. So what I usually do is I check if an order came in, I go and submit them all. And once it's submitted, you will see here a green little button. I did it early on this one already, where it says NPIP filed. So what does that mean? It means that the customer information, as well as what hatching eggs the customer bought, is synchronized over to the NPIP portal. And if I want to see, for example, I use my own name here, not to obviously show customer information, right? But you see what happens. You see that first form, which typically has one signature until it's approved by your OSA. Every OSA approves in different intervals. I've seen people waiting for a week. Some people get it approved quicker. What we do, we ship this out with the order. And then if we have the email address on file from the customer, they get the fully approved report sent via email, because we cannot wait for a week to send out hatching eggs. So this is how it looks like. And then as a last step, if you want to submit it to the OSA, you click on that draft. It opens up the NPIP portal. So here you see your information, as well as then the customer's information. In my test here, it is the same. It pre-fills the information what we have from the online order from your online store, right? So if you have an eBay store, Shopify store, Amazon, Walmart, through Shopify. And we also have integration for a couple of different online stores. Got Square, for example. And we're working on more online store integrations. So if there is something online store system you are using which is not yet supported, just reach out to me. I show you where the support section, you can open up a ticket there, and then we work on it to get it done. But here you basically just review your form, and the last click you do here is update and send to the OSA. That's it. No more copy paste, no more wild guessing. It's a simple click and it's filed. So I calculated, depending on how quick I am, if it's a good day or if it's a bad hair day, it takes me about a minute or two to do a form. So with a couple of hundred orders every month, we're talking here hours and hours of work people can save by simply filing the MPIP report through Quail OS. This is available for gold and diamond farms. So if you are clicked here on upgrade and choose to upgrade to gold or diamond, then the MPIP functionality becomes available for you. How you configure it in the system, let's take a look at that. In your farm settings, you see all your farm's details here, and we have here the MPIP automatization. So this is where you make the link between Quail OS and the MPIP database. We're using a lot of AI here at Quail OS to develop it and do this magic filing in the background as well for you. And so all you need to do is enter your MPIP number, you select the state, you need to put in your portal's username or email, depending how you registered with MPIP, and your password. Your password is stored encrypted on our servers, which are based in the US in secure data centers. And so once you have done this here, you just have some trigger keywords. So that kind of tells Quail OS on which kind of orders should we actually show the MPIP filing option, right? So typically it's on eggs, chicks, live birds if you ship them. So here are the keywords. So in case on the order page, if you miss it because you have your product name a bit different and the word egg is not in there, you can add a keyword and save it here. And then that MPIP functionality pops up on your ship online orders. So the ship online orders, this is really where you do your online orders. So from all the different shop systems such as eBay, Shopify, and so on, you can hook that up here. Here in the settings, here it shows you the different stores you can integrate right now as a default. For the Shopify one, you need a little help from me. So reach out. We are a support ticket. But eBay you can hook up right now yourself, and Squarespace should work as well. In case you have issues, let me know, because so far we haven't had a farm using Squarespace. So we'll figure that out as well. And if you use a store system which is not listed here and you would like to use this functionality, then head over here into the help and support. And down below you can submit a support ticket here. And tell us which store system you are using. And if it's technically possible, then we will integrate with that. Etsy, for example, does not have a two-way synchronization. Therefore, we haven't added them because it makes no sense. If you use something, if you just want to ship and have the good shipping rates we have here within Quail OS, then you just click in here on shipping and you can put in your customer's details, the dimensions of your package, get a quote for the rates, and if you already topped up your account here, then you can buy the label as well. The risk check or good egg, bad egg functionality you have on both on the normal quick once-off shipping here or on the ship online orders, as well as the cool functionality to see the weather forecast for your customer's destination. So that's being pulled in once I put here a bit package dimensions in here. Let me do that real quick. Here we go. So here you get some rates, and here you see the actually details about that specific zip code for your customers. So if you ship live birds, for example here, oh, it gets freezing on Thursday, you can decide you want to hold off or you want to send it, right? Well, the good egg, bad egg, this Mr. Mickey Mouse here is a bad person apparently. There was a credit card chargeback or some other issues with a previous order from either your farm or any participating farm who is using Quail OS and reported that. So you will see that in here as well. So you can think twice if you actually want to ship that order or not. That's up to you. So that's a little bit about that new functionality, MPIP filing. We're going to do some academy courses on that as well. And for gold and diamond farm tiers, we have every month a specific training call, but also Quail business call, where we talk about Quail business, chicken, poultry, all that good stuff, and also how you make the best use out of Quail OS. So if you're a gold or diamond tier, you get an invite to that. It's every third Thursday of the month. And there we really deep dive into all the functionalities of Quail OS, but more in regards to business and so on. So now let's take a look at another functionality. So let's have a look at the cards here. That's a cool functionality. I wanted to do that since a long time. Finally did it. And I'm really happy that I can show you guys now what's happening here. So let's take a look at that. What is this card? Why is there a QR code on it? You see it here in the window. So let's check it out. I bring up here a different view. And cage cards, bird inventory. What is this about? I have my MPIP inspection coming up actually next week. And I look forward to it because my MPIP inspector is super friendly and she takes great care of the birds. Yeah, and it just works out nice. But I am sometimes a little bit chaotic and I wanted to make sure I know exactly how many birds I have so I can let her know in advance. You know, this is the amount of time we're gonna probably need because, you know, depending on how many birds you have, they send out either one MPIP tester or a team of them. And I wanted to organize my birds better to know exactly how old they are, you know, what bloodline they basically have, so from where did they come, when did I hatch them, so I can rotate my breeders out well, that I really just don't have a mess and be organized. And I wanted to make those cage cards for that specific reason. And how you can do that? You can do it now as well in here in the bird inventory. This print live batches. This is a functionality from silver and up. Took quite a while to code that. So we have that for silver and gold and diamond tiers available. And what it does is it prints you a label. If you have a label printer because you already ship products out or yeah, use that on your farm, then it's gonna be easy for you. You can either select multiple entries or you can print them all. I just go and print all. And now it you can choose if you want to have a small label like this or a bigger size label. It's up to you. I have a label printer which prints the 2x3 here. I have another label printer for shipping labels which prints 6x4 labels. And as you see now, it takes your farm logo. So right now it uses my brand, my logo up here, but that would be your farm logo. And then it gives you all the details about the birds, how many there are, what location you have, so you can name that there as you want for where the birds are. I have a simple system. I call it production line 1, which is 1 cage. The layer, the tier is 1, and then it's the compartment in the middle, for example. I see the hatch date of those birds and I see the current age of the time of printing. But the cool thing is the QR code. What does this QR code do? If you have it printed and you scan it, then it brings up the information about those birds. So let's see if that works. It's a live demo, so bear with me. I just have to get my phone started here and show you how it works. So let's connect to the phone. Boom, 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 boom. And we should see my camera on the phone. Let's see if that works. Yeah, iPhone camera in use. Okay, well, I guess I have to do this part on my own. So I use the camera app on my iPhone. And once I have done this, what pops up here is the exact entry of that batch. So again, you scan that code once it's printed with your phone or iPad. It needs to be the camera app, the QR code scanned, boom. It pops up here, the exact batch of these birds. So if you're out with the cages like I was this afternoon, and I do a health check on them, then I see exactly what's going on. So in this case, I scanned this little thingy. Those are some birds in the brooder right now. I can put here notes in regards to when the last MPIP test was done or what the result was. I have notes down here. Yeah, it gives you all the details right on your mobile phone. So no more mess, great record keeping, simple to use, and it looks pretty professional on the cages. Let me show you guys. I have here a picture what I made early on, how those cards look on my cages. So I just bought this cheap card holders. They are also 3x2 from Amazon, a whole pack for like $5 or something. And this is where I put the labels in, so no poop goes on them. Looks professional with a zip tie, of course. We are on a farm, right? I attached that to the cages there. You see here some falphies jumping around. I know it's cleaning time soon. I'm waiting for a dry day here to wash the cages. So even if I wash the cages, that label should stay dry. I keep you updated on that one. And so, yeah, this way you organize your quail setup in conjunction with keeping your records straight and correctly in Quail OS. So very, very easy to use in here as well. Those are the rig cards. Now, I just checked back on the live chat because I used my phone now. So in case somebody was asking a question, of course I want to answer that. Let's see. Not too busy in the chat right now. I guess the word hasn't gone out yet that I'm going live on Quail OS every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So please, if you see this video, maybe the replay, go out there and tell people about it. I think it's a cool option to learn more about what we offer here at Quail OS. Let's see what else we have in our system here. What did we program new recently? Maybe our marketing functionalities. That's a good idea. So if you signed up for Quail OS and have a gold or a diamond tier, then you can design your public profile a little bit better, and actually you can make it public in the first place that people can find it, right? Quail OS will help you also with the marketing, and that's why we have this marketing tab in here. You can use all kinds of different marketing options for automatization of text messages for your customers. We got, even in the free tier, 1,000 free email sends per month. In the email marketing tab, online promotions where you can do raffles. But let's focus today on the directory profile. So here you design how your directory profile should look like. You can display the feedback from your packaging slips in regards to the hatch rate reported from your customers. You can also display that if you already got some reports back on your profile, so people see what kind of hatch rates you typically have there reported by your customers. It's very, very easy. You can upload a banner. I just choose to have a blue one here. But let me show you some actual community profiles in our directory. So that directory lives also within Quail OS, but is also available on our public pages. And I know it's new, so there's only a couple of farms on here right now. So let's check them out. I just click on any of the map down here. Let's see here, for example. Ah, cool. I see Aaron already has the hatch rate report activated. 71% hatch rate for shipped eggs. That's pretty awesome. And yeah, so you see how the profile looks like. You have the text in here. He has listed what kind of eggs he has available. So I think that's just a couple he has listed here. And then there's a link to the website so that people can look around on the website and actually see what you have to offer. The same is available not just as a map view, but also as a list view. So you see that here. Again, very friendly and very transparent. I'm happy to see that some farms started to use already the customer hatch rate. That comes from your packaging slip in Quail OS. I realize we have a couple of minutes left until I go live tonight on Amazon, so maybe we look into the packaging slips as well for a second. So let me show you that on a other screen here. But you get the idea. So silver farms and bronze farms, they can have their own logos as well. Silver farms have a website link in here, and gold and diamond have the description and a few more options like the banner up here. And so this way we built a nice directory, and out of 100 farms right now, only a couple opted in so far. So guys, don't be shy. Go over to your settings. Let me show you that on this screen. In this settings screen, you have here the option to upload your logo. You need to provide your address that we can show you on the map, right? And that button down here needs to be ticked as well. So right now 100 farms are on Quail OS, but only a couple are showing on the map. So don't be shy. Go out there, let people know this is how local customers, how local people who want to start with quail or chicken get to find you and get to find your website. So very easy. In the settings tab on your farm details, this is where you add your farm onto the map within Quail OS. Now, some other new functionalities. Maybe let's just have a quick look here. The calendar got an update that you never miss another hatch again. So it's really, really straightforward. Let's set some eggs. Let's do that. I show you real quick how you never forget what is in your incubators, what's going on there. So if I go on hatch tracking here, I'm gonna add a new hatch. I set them today and I say, okay, it's quail, 18 days. The lockdown and expected hatch day is automatically populated here. Shout out again. It was a bit difficult how to program that or how to logically think about it. So Brandon from Zero G Quail Farms, we recently had a brainstorming session and he said, hey, why don't you make a drop down there? And I'm like, oh yeah, why I didn't think of that. So thanks again. Here you put in what you're hatching, how many eggs you set, right? So let's load the incubator up with 100 eggs. You can make some notes here. Select the source for your notes and you add it here in the hatch tracking. Now automatically, let's see if that really works, right? The calendar should populate, and let me just refresh the page. I think I have to code a little page refresh here. My internet is slow. Is my wife watching Netflix? Let's see. It should populate, but I think this is the test system, so maybe that did not work. It should say the set date here, like we see it over here on the 18th, as well as then the lockdown and then the hatch day. Seems like a little error here. I'm gonna work on that later. That's the staging system. On the actual production system, it should work, but this is my playground, as you can see, so not everything is working. It's a live demo. I'm not shy to do things live and fail sometimes. But yeah, in a perfect world, on the actual live system, you should see it here in your calendar as you see it here. And you have the option to sync your calendar with your Google Calendar or with your Apple iPhone calendar, Outlook, if you don't mind to add it to your work calendar. If they don't, depending where you work, they might have locked that down. But you could definitely go ahead and copy over your individual subscription code and follow the instructions here on the screen to actually integrate that on your Google Calendar, for example. This way you get a pop-up on all your devices if you allow that on your devices, and this way you never forget a hedge day anymore. So very, very easy functionality here in the calendar. Another new thing is the email assistant. So you can choose to have a free email address from Quail OS, as well as connect here through the settings your existing email address. That could be your Gmail or any other email address. Just need to configure it in here, and then you get the specific Quail OS email assistant. It looks similar to other email clients out there, but it has a specific customer view, for example. So if a customer is in your customer list with their email address, then they automatically pop up here, that you don't have to look for your customers' emails. We classify automatically orders and invoices and pop them in here. Right, this is my test account, nothing to see here. Same for newsletters, social media notifications, and so on. It has extra security built in as well. So it's up to you how you basically use it. And the extra layer of security is pretty good because we filter out a lot of poultry scams. So if we know a known scammer with their email, we block them. Well, we do some other stuff I cannot talk about here because we don't want to go give the bad people a heads up how we do things. So it is an extra security layer on top of your already hopefully secure email address, what you currently use, that you don't fall for any scams out there. So that's the email assistant. That's pretty new as well. Mileage tracker is around since a week or two. So in case you don't know it, the IRS, right, regardless how you deduct your mileage, they require you to actually track it to see if it was business use or private use. So you can log a trip here, either with the button or, as you have seen on all of our screens, if you're silver or up level, farm level, then you can actually use the voice command as well and just talk into it and say, hey, log 20 miles for my trip to Tractor Supply or wherever you went for business reasons or private reasons. It remembers the old odometer and then it just calculates it there. And very important in our report section. So if I click here on reports, so this is where you find all the information. Then later on, everything you enter, your data in Quail OS is safe and is there at your fingertips that you know what's going on, right? So you want to know how many miles you were driving and you need a report for the IRS because you're getting an audit. Well, here you go. You can download it here for either this month or year to date. You download that as IRS proof. You can print that then. Very, very easy to use. This test account, obviously, I didn't log much business miles here, but you get the idea, right? Once the data is in there, you can use it. Same as for your hatches. I didn't log anything there. Customer hatch rates, for example, show up here, where you actually get a public badge as well. You can display that on your website so people see that it is independently verified. It's a tamper-proof hatch rate report. Yeah, I talked about that early on in regards to the packaging slips. So let me show you how to configure that in here. And then you can show that off actually on your website. So this is the first trust system for the poultry world out there, for quail and poultry. So the customers can report the hatch rate, and that's done if you set it up here on the packaging slip. Sorry, actually it is in the reporting itself. Packaging slip, there's some more information. I went the wrong way in the reporting. So let me show you hatch success for customers. Down here is the hatch rate settings. So we automatically print that on your packaging slip. Again, very easy based on product keywords. So if in your product title it says eggs or it says hatching eggs, you add your keywords in here and then we print on that packaging slip the feedback QR code where the customers can scan that with their phone and then report their hatch rate back to you. How that looks like for the customer, very simple. I show you here. If I click on the packaging slip, this is what's being printed on the packaging slip. So if you scan that now, feel free to leave me a hatch rate report. It's just a test system anyway. So don't worry about it. The cool thing about that QR code, there is some security built in as well, that people cannot leave fake reports and things like that. So I'm not going into too much technical details either how that works, but it's yeah, it's proved against manipulation. So it's a real trust factor, the hatch rate report on our packaging slips. So you really see what actual customers are reporting here, and that's important. Okay, so we covered a lot, and I'm running late for my live stream. Hazel is already knocking on the door because, as you know, on my Amazon live stream, Hazel always gets a lot of treats to test. So I'm gonna sign off now, but I wanna thank you guys for watching today. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I have to look into the right camera. Too many camera angles here. Here I am. I'm gonna get ready for the Amazon live stream. Yeah, tune in next week. It's Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I will be live again. We talk about some other features about Quail OS. If you have questions in the meantime, don't be shy to use the support button down there. If you think somebody needs help with filing their MPIP reports, then share this video, please. Send them an email, post it to social media. It will help me out, and it will help your friend out to file their MPIP reports much quicker than they used to in the past. So again, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.